Bull.
I mean, you are the one person that's all about the efficiency, especially, so.
I'm just lazy.
You know, my real question is, does Whisper even know what it means, or does he just like the way it sounds?
I don't know. I really don't know. But boy, that's his favorite line. There's no question about it in my mind.
Maybe he heard that you enjoyed it and just started spamming it.
Nope, he was first. Didn't know it existed until he started using it all.
No. I'm saying in this match, he opened up with it.
That's true. It is about me. I think you're right.
Oh God, what have I done?
Beast Coast pretty well positioned to contest the bot pair of runes. No surprise here. I mean, the level 1 for Tundra is not good. It's a Doom. It's a Spectre. Grimstroke's okay as a follow-up, but if that's your only disable, they also have a Necrophos, so there's really
there's really not much that they're doing
really not
here.
much going on. And in this case, actually, it should be Beast Coast as a result getting 3 runes. Unless I don't think he'll skill lift here on Gojira, and he does still get the rune. He's pretty pleased. There it is, baby.
Have you talked to Boom Esports?
No. I know
the amount of excitement that you bring for that one particular line. Honestly, they should be paying you for the advertising.
I like what I like. Okay.
No, that's good. I'm glad that you have something you enjoy. That's not just plate mails. Stinger just gonna put out a little bit of harass. Boy, he is already down to half health. He'll throw out a Chaos Bolt, put some more pressure over onto 33. He's gonna go have to eat up that Tango, but just a bit of back and forth right now. Stinger, ooh, he's got to be careful. He's actually gonna have to pop that Fairy Fire. Turn back around, trying to lure in 33 into a sense of comfort and safety, but without the Wyvern Slow and the damage, they're just gonna sit low for now on both sides.
I mean, they've definitely gotten some good damage in, that's for sure. 33 even using Death Pulse there to get some heal back up. Toxic keeps giving him tangos. Sorry, dude, I'm out of tangos. Weird, you didn't buy any either. That's what's happening.
Wait, that was your job.
Exactly, that's Sox's job right now. Stinger getting some decent damage in with the Arctic Burn, but Sox is going to offset this with his huge 5.2 armor.
It's actually so wild to watch them both sit so incredibly low, like right off the start, right? Because they recognize the fact that, you know, there's only so much that Doom and a Necrophos can do at this time, but positioning from Tundra has been on point.
We actually see a lot of regen in the safe lane as well, but Stinger did have some more coming. Another set of tangos, another salve to help stabilize the laning stage here as he puts more damage into 3-3.
I hate the baby bird meta. I think it's because I'm a support, and I hate having to like spend all my gold for the core. Just like, get me another salve.
Yeah,
a little bit of that hurricane being tossed out. 33 sitting low. Stinger probably going to be the first blood. Can they finish off though? Can they get the kill on 33 is the question, because it's not looking good. Looks like Ektor is going to go down here. Ooh, bit of a misplay here coming out from the side of East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, they want to put the pressure onto 3-3, which I totally get, but they're kind of just letting Soxa beat the crap out of them in the meantime, so that's hurting things for sure. That's going to give Soxa his boots money if he wants. 3-3's got 800 gold in the bank, and he's going to buy a Bracer with it. He's trying to make a decision. It's like, do I want Ring of Health? Do I want survivability? And Bracer's going to be a nice middle point. A little bit more HP. It's going to give him 5 damage for right-clicking, harassing, and the extra regen it provides will be good too. So, and an extra circle. He might go double Bracer here, just to help solve those raw HP problems.
Might not be the worst idea. Let's check in though with the top lane. Haven't been hearing much. We do have, of course, the off-lane Keeper of the Light. Not as common to see, but you have been seeing it mid. That is a 9 specialty. Surprised that they ended up picking this up for Whisper here, but they must have a very specific plan in mind.
Yeah, yeah, for whatever reason. Harass the carry, I guess. Push out the creep wave. It is an interesting way to play it. Mid usually works better because you just get way more levels, but back in the safe lane, things aren't going for Beast Coast this time.
Yeah, it's got a kill over on 33. Looks like they went for a pretty hard dive on that too, thinking that they could perhaps survive a bit more, but...
Yeah, they glyphed for it as well, so this was a little timing window they're aiming for, but for whatever reason, Necro gets killed. He did pop his wand as well, so he probably more or less executed well, but yeah, maybe took tower hits when he didn't expect them or something like that.
This will be nice for C Smile over in the mid lane. Stinger coming in with the bottle service. He's gonna make sure he's got plenty of bottle charges, and
he'll stay here for
help
the
to
rune.
solidify. Yeah, exactly. make sure that they can get these runes. Just gonna make 9 a bit unhappy because he does have an empty bottle.
I am not sure if his sentry sees that ward or not. It is on the edge. Click on that sentry.
Click on the sentry back
Right
here?
in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, it should.
It doesn't, I don't think.
Really?
Yes.
That's like so...
Otherwise, he would have killed it, maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see. Do they have vision of that spot? Oh, they actually don't right now. I'm not sure if it is. We'll find out, maybe.
It looks like it should.
All we need is Chris Smile to go high ground anytime in the next 40 seconds, and we'll find out. But I think it's slightly outside of the range.
There's a ping.
I'm going to keep...
It's about to go down
okay,
anyways.
They did ping it.
Yeah.
It's got to kill in 25 seconds.
25 seconds.
Okay.
Bottom lane, Stinger getting harassed a little bit more by Soxa. They're kind of keeping Ektor away from this creep wave. And again, this seems to be a lot of the team's strategies is don't let Ektor farm. Don't let him click stuff. Gojira finds a kill in that top lane over onto Snake King.
Not bad.
It's very back and forth. I like this. I like seeing the aggression.
And he's just blasting those creeps now. 2 points Lumen, he gets those range creeps for 2
Oh,
more minutes.
33, trying to make some plays down here. Just back off.
And now the lane is very difficult because every last hit through 3 gets, he's getting regen. Skirmish on the mid lane. Smile missing a stun, but little mana burn here on K1 Hector bottom. He's getting dived.
He is indeed, and they have no real way to try to keep him alive here other than him running away. No boots online for him either yet, though. This is 60-something hit points. Pop that wand. Stinger now has to be careful, too, because I'm sure they're going to be very aggressive towards him as the creeps do reveal that he's hiding over here in the trees. They're searching for him. They're making him work a little bit for it.
This is great that he ran to the right. The smart thing to do sometimes is a 5 in this position. You want to get the creeps away from the tower, typically, because then if your opponents follow you, they've dragged the creeps away from the tower, and that buys time for one of your allies to return to the creep wave.
They really want this. Look at this.
Let's see if they
He's
anticipate
gonna
his
have the
position.
Arctic Burn in a
Oh,
second,
the perfect
too.
juke. The perfect juke.
He needs to fly. There it is. We'll see him just fly hiding into the tree lines. Go for that cold embrace.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, all right.
He
Stinger
did.
is eventually going to die, but they had to spend a lot of time doing that.
They did. That gets K1 back in the lane without too many lost last hits. It's got power treads, almost level 5, but I mean, 3-3 is almost 6. So far, this has worked out nicely, and this is, again, one of the weaknesses of picking your core in the first phase, that 3-3 from the beginning knows that he's probably laning against a Chaos Knight. He gets to get the matchup he wants. And even though their lane is pretty good, Wyvern Chaos Knight's a little defensive, and they've been able to really bring it to Hector here. Decreases farm speed.
Chris getting very aggressive. He would like to get this kill on 9, but isn't going to be able to quite finish him off here, as we do see that they've got some stacking going on.
He got close to dying bottom. Not super close, but they did commit their spells on him. But he's got Tranquil, so he should heal back up. Yeah, 9 is quite low, though. Chris wants this kill pretty badly.
Yeah, Snake King is standing nearby. Gojira
Hard.
making his way over too. Step forward using that. Snake King is here though. Turn the attention, the push back over onto 9. It's a good lift away. With that Ink Swell, we'll be able to protect C-Smile.
It's pretty low on cooldowns now for Chris, but that's okay. 30 seconds till the next cooldown. Whisper continues blasting the crap out of Skeeter, who is tanking things up. In fact, he's queued up a Radiance, is what he wants to buy this game. It's an item that pro players are flirting with. You could maybe we'll call it courting, currently courting, going on dates with the item. Not quite sure they want to commit yet, but it can be good. It's just generally seen as a little weak, but it might be a nice way to make Spectre feel good.
Oh, C-Smile, that Rolling Thunder got used. He is going to get cleaned up. As Stinger is forced to go and deny the rune. So they end up losing their mid, but they'll be able to ensure that 9 is going to have to go back for some sort of regen.
That's exactly right.
Surprised they're not making anything happen against the Spectre. Like, you know he's alone right now.
They're blasting him all the time. What are you talking about? Boom.
Indeed.
He's just healing.
Indeed. Over here in the mid lane, a little bit of dewarding going on. Snake King going to try to bully here using that Ink Swell against Stinger.
Still pretty underleveled on the Wyvern. He's only the 4 here. Could hurt things a bit. Let's see what CK's doing with this rotation. Has popped ulti. Couldn't lane against the Necro anymore, so he had to go somewhere else.
He's headed to the triangle. And they do have a lot of sentries placed. They've been trying to do some stacking, but they've blocked off a bunch of these camps. Step forward top lane. They'll be able to get the kill on Skeeter, though, with a good rotation from C-Smile.
Hell yeah, big damage. 500 from Illuminate. Fade Bolt's doing like 200. So that's 700 nuke damage plus Chris Smiles rotation. That's a big damage. So huge kill. Very nice for them to be able to kill the Spectre. I mean, he's basically been solo, so it's not that bad for Tundra because the rest of their heroes have been on the map getting stuff done, but
anything you can do to slow down the Spectre will be very good for the side of Beast Coast, because once she starts getting online, it's going to start to get spooky.
That's exactly right.
I'll fortify the wave here, fortify the creeps. And it is just snaking up here, so it does have to be a little bit careful. He's just trying to sap, get some of these levels.
3-3 on the off lane has finished the tower finally by himself. Very, very efficient. Doom's about halfway towards Blink Dagger as well. Just picks up his level 6, so we could see them get active with that if they rotate Snaking to the area. But for now, Snaking's just going to hold top. He's gotten 2 points of Stroke of Fate as well, so he's going to take over a bit of the role that Spectre's outputting. But for now, Spectre, this is one of the issues of the hero, actually, is that you just don't farm very fast. They nerfed his dagger mana cost, so it's very expensive to do AoE stuff. If you want to use your passive to do AoE damage, the dispersion, then you need HP regen to offset this. Like, even clearing like a double stacked Ancient Camp clears your regen out. So, and the first neutral item actually matters a lot on the hero too. It just feels kind of goofy most of the time. Possessed Mask is a good solution though. That'll help us give him some damage, attack speed, regen, all that good stuff. But if he is going to commit to the Radiance, it's going to be a while till he's useful. But this build should be a little bit more viable this game than like the normal Diffusal Manta stuff, because he's got to deal with AoE solutions a bit from the CK, and there's the physical damage protection from Cold Embrace. So I don't think it's a bad Radiance game at all. It's just a little atypical.
No, I like seeing kind of what they've been experimenting with. They're trying to push Soxa out of the jungle here, but 33 making his way over. They're just a little bit aggressive. Get a little bit of a steal there. They'll have the Devour here for Gojira.
He ate that creep.
He did indeed.
He just snacks on it for 60 seconds. He gets 40 gold.
Top lane going into the fight here. Hector goes, pops Phantasm, the Rolling Thunder, though, coming out from 9. Does have that double damage. They have the Scythe. They'll finish off K1. And they'll find Stinger too. Couple of these hits. Lots of damage coming out here from the Coddle. The Soulbind out, tossed out. He's stolen it. I see Smile. Oh no, he turns back around. He's going to fall. Whisper's doing the best he can with these blasts, but there's really only so much that he can do. Good Blinding Light will buy him a little bit more time. The sidestep coming out here, but 9, he's hunting. They go and they finish him off.
Just perfect fight from Tundra there, jumping on their opponents. They tried to save the CK, but it was just way too much damage. They even have 3 points in Cold Embrace coming out of Stinger. So like I pointed out in the draft, I don't think it's a great Cold Embrace game, but heals are kills. If you can save somebody's life.
Oh, they still were going. Gojira was trying to get the denial, but Snaking will manage to finish.
What a nice pickoff. Got 450 gold for that kill. Nice snag. What I was saying was, hey, if you can save somebody's life against Necrophos, it's going to be worth it, but it was not enough in that fight to keep him alive. So things just went from bad to worse for Beast Coast in that engagement. 3k gold disadvantage now.
Doom has finished off a Blink Dagger, so you're going to be seeing Soxa and Snaking move around, I have a feeling, together. Oh, there's a replay of this fight, though. Going on. It was a nice Illuminate, but let the Doom get used.
It's just not much spell follow-up, unfortunately. Yeah. Rubik steals the Grim Leash, but it's a little bit late at that point. His Fade Bolt had already been used. There's nothing else to combo, necessarily, so they just got ran over, but hey, at least Gojira got that snipe on the way out, picking up 9. It's a great kill.
The armlet is completed now for Hector, but as expected, they have the blink online for Soxa. He and Snaking are making their way bottom, and they're going to try to get the jump over onto Chris, and they should be able to succeed in this pretty easily, especially with the silence with the Phantom's Embrace, so it is very dangerous for him to be anywhere here, as 9 starts thinking about maybe he wants to do that Rolling Thunder, but the rest of Beast Coast, they're getting a little shy here. That's a lot of damage over onto Stinger. The lift up immediately. Gonna follow through, but oh man, the lasers coming out from Whisper. That Illuminate, the Blinding Light, plus the binding, Solar Bind over on Snaking. Drag back. Hector should be able to collect a kill here off of this.
That was a great rotation from Whisper. He TP's in. In fact, they've got Boots of Travel on both Chris Smile and Whisper. He TP's in the lane. He just blasts him for full damage, and 9 gets killed right before the roll, and all of a sudden everything changed. If he gets the roll off, I mean, he was very close to killing Wyvern anyways, but the throwback from Rubik bought them a little time, and there was follow-up from allies, and good for them to get some ground.
Now we'll look to secure their jungle back again here for Ektor. Soxa is making his way back over. He's been spending a lot of time in this particular area. That Hurricane is so ridiculous. The jump forward, though, they've got the Doom. They are just going to beat away over here on Ektor. Snaking joining over here just in case it's needed. We'll throw out a Stroke of Fate and they'll let 9. Oh, no, it's going to be Soxa who gets the kill with the final tick there on the Doom.
Soxa's like, can't control it. Sorry, the Scorched Earth and the Doom damage. It's just pumping out right now. Weird.
Happens. I can't.
Yeah.
Another steal here. It's nothing that good again. Soxa being very good about these. Binding Light.
Oh,
all right,
God,
they'll find the kill over on Soxa. They'll get the Soul Bind, though, plus the Scythe. Oh, my goodness, the double. It looks nice. They get the Winter's Curse off just to hold 9 into place, but it's not too much that they can do beyond this. Gojira trying to just make some space. They're trying to make the moves. Those lights, it's a decent amount of damage. Not quite enough. They need a little bit more damage to finish off 9, and they have it. It will fall to Whisper's off-lane Cottle.
Whisper's owning. But still a really good fight for Tundra. CK was dead at the start of it, so it's a great time for them to get more aggressive. They dive really hard. But we see one of the weaknesses of the Tundra draft. They have literally 0 heroes that hit buildings. Here's Soxa getting exploded with all this magic damage. Chris Smile gets jumped on. The double Reapers, tons of magic damage. Stinger forced to use his ulti to buy a moment for Gojira. And it does give them a decent opening here. Getting 9 so low.
Do you think Whisper watches a bunch of like 9 replays, right? Because this is kind of the core Coddle is a very 9 thing that he kind of innovated, right? I know that some of the players will argue against that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, I'm sure that he's watched at least like 1 replay from 9 playing at mid. No, seriously, but Whisper's such a good player.
Just one.
Look, I'm just saying, Whisper is such a good player.
True.
A lot of times all you need is like a little idea about what they're doing, or you need to play against it once or twice, and then you can just go put your own alteration on it, because him playing offlane is certainly different. The itemization is not that abnormal. He went Spirit Vessel, then he went Boots of Travel and Windlace to just have abundant movement speed so he can get out of trouble. But yeah, it's not like he needs to like in detail study 9 to be this good is all I'm saying, because Whisper deserves so much credit. I know you know that too, but he's such a good player. But
I think he's one of the best players in South America, maybe the best.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that opinion before. So.
All right, well, we have an Arcane Rune picked up here for the Pangolier, but I believe we have a Blink Dagger picked up for Gojira, so Beast Coast making their way through their own jungle.
They're anticipating a Tundra gank on Whisper here, so he's playing like he's scared, and they are smoke nearby so that he can help out if the fight happens. And they
have the ward over there too that they just took down. So here we go. Seeing those movements come out now. They don't have the CK.
I feel like Tundra's going to know this is coming, though. There's 2 heroes.
There's the blink forward, the jump forward. Can they finish off Skeeter fast enough? Yes, they can. Did they see that coming, Purge? The follow-up, though. Oh, but the blinding light just in the nick of time will push everybody away from that Inkswell. Get the Doom off, and they'll be able to take down the Wyvern. Now Chris jumping over the back line. They'll finish off Soxa. He's got to just use that to simulate, try to find a little bit of space here. He's stuck in the corner. Doesn't have any Astral Remnant. He's got to try to get out, but they have the sight. So they'll be able to take down that Void Spirit. Gojira just a little bit off to the side. He's going to survive, and now Whisper is going to run for the hills.
Not bad. And now we see another reason why they picked Keeper of the Light. They wanted a second solution against Inkswell. They got used there. He does. It's a man with a stick, as expected. But yeah, Blinding Light against the Inkswell definitely gave them some nice little oomph. One important thing, though, is Gojira did steal Reaper's Scythe right before he TP'd out. So if they do another gank in the next 2 minutes, that's a pretty guaranteed kill. Can't remember if that's one of those buffs that stays on your hero after the spell goes away or if it goes away. I know if you steal Duel and you give up Duel, you lose your damage after. But I feel like Reaper's Scythe stays on.
I think they usually do, right?
I think this one
That's
stays.
One that lingers. Rubik is one of those heroes that you just, he doesn't always make sense.
That's true.
Well, they saw the Spectre, the step forward, the lift, the drop, the Scythe, and that's going to be a dead Skeeter again.
Wait, he did get it. Okay, cool.
Oh, now Gojira, though. They've got the silence over onto 9. They finished up that Auric, and Soulbind's going to come into play over onto Seasmile and Stinger. That is not a hero that wants to have this happen to him. Looks like they're going to end up losing Stinger, but they cut off that Phantom's Embrace just in time. 9 trying to roll around, trying to get the hold over on Seasmile. They will be able to find him. Gojira not looking very good right now. He's looking pretty unhealthy. Does have a little bit of the steal, but no, he is going to fall. Despite that blinding light being tossed out. Man, Solar Bind, Blinding Light. Guys, you're killing me here with these names.
It's a little confusing at times, but still good, decent fights for Beast Coast. Only behind by 3K, despite Tundra having 8 more kills. Chris Smile having a bit of a tough game, 0-5 and 4, but this North's okay. The fact that they've been able to kill Spectre twice in a row here is really big. I wonder if you can blame his itemization a bit. He's got the Radiance now, so his farm rate is going to jump a lot. Maybe should have bought like a defensive item or two in hindsight, but the ideal is that you just avoid these ganks. You get Radiance at a good time, and then the items you buy immediately afterwards are going to be powerful anyway, so. Anyways, it's done. The Radiance is finished. His farm rate's going to be great here.
Yeah, I am curious as to what that is, or why the choice was made to have that, because it isn't something super I don't want to say normal, but average. Solar Bind, though, over onto Soxa. Gojira with the blink. Going forward. That's a lot of damage with the Illuminate. They'll take down Soxa, but they'll jump back in here. Should be able to get the kill over onto Seasmile. Good Winter's Curse will buy them a bit more time. As the rest of the side of Beast Coast are going to try to probably just run away from this area. It's going to be difficult, though, for Whisper. He's going to try to break some ankles. They need something to cancel this out, and they don't. Oh, they do. They have it. With 9 being there, they've got the roll. They will cancel it as now Stinger chased by Snake King. He's trying to just make a little bit of space, trying to juke around, but at the end there are just too many heroes, too much damage. And down will go Stinger.
Yep, they crushed their opponents again. No Doom used, at least. I mean, and they do also kill Doom on the other side. Gojira hangs around to try to slow this down also.
Needs to be a little bit careful here. Okay, immediately blinks, but the dagger does connect. Get the lift.
He can't TP for 3. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. A little bit too greedy.
Definitely. The Radiance helps out, giving some damage a little bit early, and then also the dagger vision. So I was like, okay, where's the TP? Oh,
okay, Chris dragging over on to 33. Has to be careful. The follow-up from 9. Good ink swell over onto multiple, plus the soul bind. That's going to make things very, very difficult. Stinger's stuck behind Chris. He's just going to get nibbled on as they both end up falling. Ektor's here. He's got a BKB. He's going to drag back. It's kill over onto Snake King. Whisper trying to just keep throwing out as many heals and nukes and everything that he can. Sektor is getting chased down underneath the tower. There's not a whole heck of a lot that they can do right now other than maybe use that blinding light. But eventually Ektor will fall. It's a triple kill now for 33. All the 3s for this man.
He is playing so good on this hero. Boots of Travel, earn BKB with the cloak, just absolutely survivable on the hero, ready to be aggressive. When I saw that double leash from the Grimstroke, I was like, oh god, give me the Reaper Scythe. They're both so low. He didn't have it yet, it was on cooldown, but man, 3-3 is getting everything done.
It's just so good against the this Void Spirit, because every time he seems to be latched over to like Stinger or whatnot, and that's a very slow hero. And a Void Spirit doesn't want to be stuck in the middle of the fight. He wants to be able to, you know, dodge around quite a bit.
It's really important usually, yeah. Oh, I figured out why Skeeter bought Radiance. It's because there's a cool cosmetic tied to the Arcana on it.
Yes, I'm sure that is exactly the only reason why he went for that.
That's it.
Okay, thanks, Purge.
This looks very similar to the Thorns aura in Warcraft 3. Very similar to like Blade Mail.
Perhaps they wanted to reach out to that nostalgic bit of the audience.
Yes, a Warcraft 3 throwback, or at least literally while it was the game, when you bought aura items, it would actually put an aura under your hero. Kind of similar to what the Ags effect does now, but it used to do stuff like the Shiva's Guard when it was cool. It was like a giant like blue sphere circle around you. But it was a little visually cluttered, like, okay, Valve, I'll let you have that one.
Tundra on the move. They have a Blink Dagger on the Necrophos now. 33 just picking this up, and they can see that Ektor is nearby. They're trying to plan their moment to jump in. There are multiple heroes here. They don't have a great understanding of who is actually here. Yeah, the BKB comes out from Ektor immediately, but he's covered on all sides. Here's a going with the Haunt. It's be a little bit of chase over to Snake King, but he's going to be protected. Ektor, he's run out of that BKB. They are just chasing on the hunt. They want the CK. They've already lost Stinger. The Chaos Bolt, but the jump forward here coming up from Soxa. He's got the stop. They've got the sight. They've got everything they need to handle Ektor.
He had to BKB there. It's not really much he can do about it, unfortunately. Well, I guess they did have a ward, but when he saw the Doom, my understanding was he didn't know that Doom had already blinked. That was the problem. He thought Doom still had blink and had Inkswell, which means Doom was very likely to just blink directly on Hector, land a stun, or Infernal Blade. And if he doesn't BKB for that, he gets killed anyways. But at that point, he pops BKB early, is kind of just in a bad spot. So just Tundra taking apart beastcoast slowly.
Snaking. What a hero, honestly. Like,
it really is. You just see him coming.
give him the old Kundalini.
You know it's coming. It's gonna do some magic on you.
The Creeper of the Light.
It's clearing waves. I feel like so far the Wyvern has not worked, is my perspective in this game. It just feels difficult to Winter's Curse Pango at the right time, because the Winter's Curse lasts a short duration anyways once he's already rolling and away from creeps or enemy heroes. So like half the time you're just going to trade your ultimate for like 2.5, 3 seconds of a Pango roll. That doesn't feel good. And if he gets gone on himself, he just can't protect himself. The Cold Embrace doesn't feel good to save people. His other spells are fine, but compared to other supports that could really contribute to kills, I'm just not sold on Wyvern yet, especially not this game.
Was it too reactive, do you think? Was it just the idea of, you know, having that magic immunity, piercing, not stun or like root or whatnot?
His ultimate is definitely potentially good, but...
All right, there's a reveal here. So they'll get the kill on Stinger and a fast hit and run.
Like, I like the idea.
What do we have? We got a roll here?
He did actually get a roll.
Yeah, we got a roll. All right, all right.
Great steal.
Great steal if he can use it.
I'm sure he can. I mean, it's like instant cast time. He just needs to find a circumstance to use it. I'm sure they'll fight sometime in the next 2 minutes. You're definitely going to see him roll through. The only danger usually to this is that ranged heroes will just kill you because your HP and armor isn't very high. But they don't have too much range, just a Spectre, so...
Yeah.
But the pressure continues on the map. You know, now that Ags is finished for Spectre, he's just, if he spots heroes or his allies want to fight, he's going to shadow step in. And that's minimum Radiance coming in, plus extra bonus damage. And then on top of that, the other cool thing about Radiance in this game for Spectre is that actually gives him a decent amount of evasion. Now, Radiance has always given evasion with the mischance, not always, but late, you know, the last couple years. But now it gives you evasion and mischance. So the true evasion gives you is about, it's like 23.5% or something like that. So it's pretty significant against CK. If you're dodging about 1/4 of his attacks, your survivability is way higher. It's basically equivalent to a half plate mill.
God, he's on about plate mail again.
Okay,
I did hear it.
Make sure.
I did hear it. I was trying to decide if I wanted to address it or not.
Going on CK.
Yep.
Oh, he gets Doom too.
It's Doom. They have the step forward. They've got the scythe. Everything gets used on Hector. And it's not looking great for Gojira here. He's going to make it on time just barely. Winter's Curse is going to get used over onto 33, but there's not much that they can do here. Saksa will just blink forward, get the stomp off over onto Stinger. He's got the Glimmer Cape. Looks like they don't have detection, but they're going to go for a bit of a hunt here as they'll follow up. They've got the Inkswell should be enough. The Stroke of Fate will actually do him in.
It's just killing him through Cold Embrace. I mean, he knew it was there, so that's another reason to buy Radiance.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, screw it. I'm doing magic damage this game.
See, this is very scary now for Whisper because they have that shadow step. So, you know, this is typically a way that the Coddle likes to play. So he likes to be able to push out waves, hide in the tree line. But if they get any sort of an inkling where he is, they just jump in on him immediately.
Yes, that is the problem. And Sox also went to the back line with that Observer Ward they had set up. All right, maybe they placed it afterwards, but when they doom CK before BKB, it is super, super over. And that's one of the weaknesses to the hero, actually, is that against single target disables before his split, he's very vulnerable, actually. Because his overall survivability...
They immediately jump over to Hector. He's going to go pop the Phantasm, drag back over onto Sox, and he's just a little bit more damage. They haven't quite finished him off just yet, as I do hear a Doom being dropped over on the back lines. Rolling Thunder coming through Skeeter, though. Skeeter's not looking too great. They do get a Soul Bind off, as Hector will finish off over onto Staking. They're just ignoring Skeeter this entire time. He does have the Aegis. They're going after 9. They have the Stolen Doom. They'll finish him off now, 33. He's trying to finish off over here. Does have himself the BKB. And they're going to maybe try to give a little chase. Now, they have nothing that's going... Oh, they do! They still have the Winter's Curse. All right, there it is, Perch. There is your value right there. It's going to ensure that they can get the kill on 33. And Skeeter, he's still alive. He still has the Aegis, but his team is very dead.
Very cool fight. That was Doom stolen from the last time they fought with the CK getting doomed. If Gojira does not survive his TP escape in that previous fight, he dies, no doom. Then 9 gets to do a bunch of stuff in this engagement. Instead, he gets doomed. Doesn't get much output because this Rolling Thunder was on cooldown, so he's just a little Pango walking around with a Diffusal Blade and a BKB he didn't get to use. So perfect steal, perfect usage there by Beast Coast, and that's why they got to win that fight. Plus, CK got his ulti off, was able to kill Doom, and didn't die to the Pango, or the Spectre, excuse me. Spectre was able to survive. He had Aegis. He was going to be ignored anyways. That's the way to play for Beast Coast, and they win a big fight.
Win a big fight, it means you get some gold. And when you get gold, it means you get some items. And now Chris Luck has himself his Aghanim Scepter. It's a pretty big deal for him, being able to have that ability to have the silence tagged on.
He actually did doom the Pango while he was rolling to limit his follow-up. And that was more than enough, because after his roll ends, very, very easy cleanup. So big moment there for Beast Coast. And their supports are they have 3 supports. They're pushing on waves.
Gojira, they can see you. It's just getting a little boop. Little boop. Yep. Have to be very, very careful. They ping out the fact that they have vision, though. That should be immediately dewarded as soon as possible.
Yeah. That's
look at their lives. Look at the lives of Beast Coast right now. You click on them, boy, are they looking for some Lincolns. Everyone's looking for some Lincolns.
It feels like Lincoln's is a big item this tournament, at least in the games we've cast so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, part of it's Doom, of course, but...
Okay, see Smile. BKB comes out from Soxa. Immediately going to try to Astral away. Skeeter with the Shadow Step coming forward. Rolling Thunder over onto 9. They want the kill over onto Whisper, but what they really like is to get rid of this Void Spirit again. To get the Doom off, they'll get a Scythe over onto Whisper. Ektor, he's joined on into the fight. He's going to try to burst down 33 if possible. It's looking pretty darn good, but no, he's going to be able to heal right back up again. 9 going back over in. They'll find that kill. Whisper's going to buy back. They're pretty deep here over on the side of Tundra. They want to punish this. The jump forward, though, again from Soxa with that blink, with the stun. Another toss coming out here with the heal, trying to keep Ektor alive. They've got the lift. Be able to push them back out of the base. Whisper chasing after Skeeter here. Again, still has that Aegis. They have to be careful. Jumping out again here from 33. Soxa's here with a beautiful stop. Look at 9. They're just little ducks in a row, and they're going to get the die back on Whisper. Tundra, have some mercy. My God.
It took a while for 3-3's to go back in that fight, but he finally jumps in with his frickin' overwhelming blink, does a huge amount of damage, and slow with Ghost Shroud, and that finally cleans up the fight for them. But Tundra kind of playing with their food a little bit.
A little bit indeed, as they jump right into the back lines. They want Ektor, and they've got the Glimmer Cape. They're going to try to keep him alive using the heal coming out from Wyvern. Skeeter, though, waiting patiently. That's still a dead Ektor. There is no buyback on this Chaos Knight.
Oh,
it's
no,
a Rubik haunt. Oh, the Rubiks. Oh, no. I'm surprised he didn't start going to each one, to be perfectly honest. Do get the lift off over onto 33, but again, overwhelming blink. This is going to be able to get out, and everyone's sitting fairly low on the side of Tundra. It's going to be so frustrating for Beast Coast because they just can't seem to close the gap and get these final hits. And look at the Soxus waiting. He's like, you guys want me to blink? I can blink. 33's like, nah, we'll back off. I don't know what the comms are. I'm making this up in my head.
He wants to go back in for sure, but it's not quite safe yet. He's got the Infernal Blade Shard if he catches people at the right level. And he's got War Stomp 2. It's a lot of stun.
Yeah, look at this. They've got the vision. They know exactly where they are. Chris Luck just happens to be the person that they jump on immediately. They'll kill Stinger off first. It'll take a little doing, but they'll get Chris Luck next. And now Gojira's just getting chased by Skeeter. Oh, they are all dead on the side of Beast Coast. And now they'll turn their attention over to the buildings. And again, like you mentioned, not the greatest at taking towers, but when everybody's dead and you've got all the time that you could hope for, they're gonna go down anyway.
Yep. Spectre just working out so good, killing these supports. They have all these Glimmer Capes to try to defend themselves, but Spectral Dagger is one of the best abilities for that, because you just see them no matter what. You know where they are. You can't attack them necessarily, but it's just a feature of the skill for as long as it's existed. So
oh my God.
Them out.
They jump right over onto Ektor. Ektor, he's so bound to one of these illusions. They have to move together. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it back into the base. They have the Scythe. He's so close to home. It looks like he's just barely going to stay alive thanks to having that Winter's Curse. The drag back over into Skeeter. They're hoping that they can get enough damage. Yes, all right. They'll finally be able to take down Skeeter. So the rest of the side of Tundra will back off. Gotta watch out for those fountains, boys.
I thought the game was over, but they get him in the fountain. That's
having
the solution.
some Thunder Awaken flashbacks right now. The SA boys, they're like, you're going to come into our fountain. We're going to punish you for it.
Reality Rift them closer. Blinding Light them even deeper, and that is a dead hero.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that
They're
many...
hunting. They're still going. They want 33. They have the silence. They got the Blinding Light here. Kick back right into the Illuminate. A couple more hits, and
Holy
yeah,
crap.
look at this.
You know what it is? It's his freaking Grove Bow that he's got. Not even kidding. Because he's lowering magic resistance by 34 Solar Bind, and his Grove Bow is doing another 15. He's like a Pugna, basically. That's why it's so much magic damage. And once the BKBs are gone on Tundra, it opens up these kill possibilities for Whisper. Very cool.
That should help.
Octarine Core as well on the Horseman. So he's getting all over the map, but Beast Coast already set up top. Look, can they hit Soxa?
That's the question. It looks like they're trying. He does have to pop that BKB. They don't have the Winter's Curse for another 7 seconds. Soxa, though, doesn't have a teleport. Hoping that if he can hide over here. No, this is not looking great for Soxa. He's gonna get just caught by the side of Beast Coast. They have turned this around from that one overcommittal.
That was really nice how they got him. The important thing was they kept getting right clicks off on him. When he's BKB'd, he's going to blink within 3 seconds, but Gojira got 1 right click off, and the vision from Whisper using the Illuminate, he got the 2nd one off. Once they get those 2 right clicks, he can't juke into trees and blink out, ends up getting the kill, and now Beast Coast turned the game in a huge way. Just from a little bit of fountain pressure from Skeeter. It's really messed things up. I wonder if he had maybe a butterfly or a heart instead of this moon shard. Obviously much more expensive item, but if he had a slightly different item, he might have tanked the fountain, but ultimate goal is just don't get in the fountain necessarily. But as a whole, Skeeter, excellent player right now. He's really improved a lot in the last couple years. But that was a mistake that's going to change the scope of the game in a big way.
And you can't afford to make mistakes when you're at this level. These are the best teams that are here. They've gotten, you know, the points to qualify. They're hungry for TI. Every little movement matters.
I wonder if he bought Moonshard to give his illusions better vision or something like that.
Not
when
sure.
he haunts. That'd be kind of cool as a
These
solution.
are things that you should write down in case we get an interview with them later.
Nope, it's in my trap. I will not forget.
You're not so good with the remembrance there, friend.
With the brain stuff.
Your noodle
sometimes
is
I
not
struggle.
your almonds aren't always activated.
Day 1 group stage, I'm so down. But yeah, day 3, it's a little different.
Perhaps I should write this down.
Maybe I should get a tattoo. Maybe ESL has an on-site tattoo
Why would
artist.
you need a tattoo?
Because I don't want to forget.
We're gonna go full on memento here,
I'm
sir.
like, so I made a tattoo asking about the Moonshard illusion interact. Does it work like this? No. Oh. Well, hopefully the Iceberg changes it to make
All
my
right,
tattoo relevant.
I have let the assisted camera take over so I can write down your stupid questions, Kevin.
Okay.
Because you can't take a moment to do it yourself.
That's what assisted cam is for. Taking our jobs. So game's looking relatively even at this place in the match. Just because, I mean, despite the kill deficit, they're only 7k behind, which is really, really solid. CK's net worth is still really, really high. He's got the ever-precious Lincoln Sphere, almost a heart as well.
Did Skeeter buy his own dust? Skeeter bought his own dust.
It does. Cores can do that. Did you know this?
I know this, but it's so rare to see it actually happen.
You just can't
Guys,
believe
it happened in a pro game. Please, for the love of God, carry your own dust
But
sometimes,
he literally
too.
does have a skill that allows him to teleport onto enemy heroes. So
Yeah,
it
I
makes,
know that. I know
makes
that.
lots of sense to have the dust.
No,
for
I'm
sure.
very pleased with it. I'm happy. I want everybody to take the, follow the example that Skeeter is doing right now.
The Moon Chart is kind of cool in a lot of ways. Even if it doesn't give more night vision range to his Haunt when it comes out, either way, attack speed does apply to illusions right now. So when you Haunt, they're going to attack way faster. And if they're attacking supports in the middle of nowhere, that's a lot more desolate damage. So it's pretty cool. I actually like it a decent amount.
It's always fun when you see something happen that's a little bit different. Different from the ordinary, because I mean that's one of the things with DPC. It's super fun to watch all these teams, but you start to see the same things over and over and over, and so it's very exciting when you get these moments where you're like, wait, why did they buy that? And like you start to theory craft, you try to see, is this going to be a new trend that's going to be coming out?
For sure, this is definitely a different item build. He even opted for the Cloak of Flames too, so tons of AoE damage coming from himself and his illusions. Total of like 65 just from those 2 items, but when he's there, way more. Doing 100 damage per second with these auras, not to mention his right clicks. He's still a huge threat on this map, especially at level 26 right now. But if they can jump on him first, kill him first, throw them into their fountain again, yeah, they'll be in a great spot.
I don't think they're going to make that mistake twice. I'd be very surprised if they did. Beast Coast, though, they are smoked up. They have a little bit of vision, so they know exactly which part of the map that they're in currently. They're going to let Gojira lead the way, Whisper. He's just super, super fast. They're out a casual stolen dagger. They'll find themselves 33. They're going to see if they can blow him up fast enough. Eventually, the haunt. No, they take down 33 immediately. It's going to be the buyback. He wants to get back in here. Hector chasing after Soxa. So they just continue throughout the Illuminates. Okay, 1, all right, good. Winter's Curse gonna hold 9 in place, so he doesn't have as much rolling thunder time. Hector, though he's in trouble, he needs some help. As 9 rolling around, they'll end up losing Snaking. Another buyback coming out. They're not happy about this. 9 holding into place here. Hector turning back around, gets a couple hits over onto Skeeter. Gonna continue to have just continuing with these Illuminates coming up from Whisper with the heals, with the hits coming out, but it's not looking like gonna be able to keep Hector alive as Whisper now running for the hills. Gojira hiding over here in the corner, does have that Glimmer Cape. He's gonna try to teleport away. They still have that gem online, but they don't have the line of sight.
They've got 3 dead heroes, but that was a pretty darn good fight from Beast Coast, but with 3 dead at the moment with no buyback, game's looking rough here. That's going to be Roche for Tundra and likely some high ground after. Only the second Roche, actually.
That was 3 buybacks.
That makes a big difference. All right. They basically blew up 3-3 right at the start. His BKB wasn't able to be pressed. They'd also used Inkswell a moment before so that he could deward that ward. That's why Beast Coast chose that time to jump in. So that was a great catch.
Whisper. Whisper, blinding light. They're just going to use everything on this Keeper of the Light to take him off the map. He's going to have to buy back immediately now to be that D-push that's very much needed. They see Skeeter here. They're going to try to put a little bit of annoyance on it, but they have the shard over on Snaking.
What spell did he steal? He got Inkswell.
He got the Inkswell. Now is the time, except you're not going to have the Keeper of the Light running on in there, Bert.
Put it on himself. Let's go.
Just run in, baby. Let's do this.
It's going to do a lot of damage with all of his amps. Well, on the bright side, they decided, oh, that's the thing. They haven't killed the tier 2s yet.
No, they have not.
So that
buys them enough time. Because Chaos Knight is going to be back up in a moment, so it was Chris Luck.
Yeah, they just had to kill the mid creep wave, so they didn't feel comfortable going for tier 4s, and yeah. All right. All right, they've got an Aegis. Still decent to fight, though. They put a shard on Spectre as well. That's going to throw Spectral Daggers out every 7 seconds if he takes 300 damage. Or if Dispersion absorbs 300. So that should mean about every 1200 damage he takes, he'll throw out a dagger. The Heart really did a lot for Chaos Knight in the last fight, though, I gotta say. He lived way longer than I thought he would. Lincoln's blocked the Reaper's Scythe as well. That was really, really nice.
It just felt discombobulated. I felt like they weren't a solidified unit going into that fight, because I felt like Hector was separated pretty far.
He was a bit, but these fights are chaotic, right? You had to put tons of effort into killing Necro. Chris Luck had to throw like all of his spells there. And on the back line, 9 is rolling around, dealing with stuff, so Chaos Knight has to fight that. So they were a bit discombobulated, but it helped a lot that Tundra was killed and forced to buy back, so it made it harder for them to execute together. But with the Aeon Disc now on Necrophos, what happened last fight, unlikely to happen again. 3-3 currently 15, 4, and 17. An incredible KDA.
The Lincolns pop immediately into the tree line. No. 9 rolling forward. Does have that Astral Step, though. So it looks like C-Smile is going to be all right.
What broke his Lincolns?
I don't know. I heard it pop, though.
Yeah, and I looked down. He's like way deep in the trees. I don't know what got him. I was like, is there a Spirit Breaker in this game?
I mean, that's the first thing that you think of, right? Was it the
it was global. Yeah, it was Shadow Step. Exactly.
Shadow Step.
It was a global ability. Maybe misexecuted, using it at the same time as his allies. But
well, those Lincolns coming in handy. I mean, got the Lincoln on C-Smile. Looks like they've had Whisper pick up the Sheep Stick instead of another Lincoln's. Chaos Knight has a Lincoln's. You know, it's proving to be useful, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily enough.
You know what I don't like? I do not like that Gojira did not get his 10 talent. He's getting stats over it.
Huh.
Like, there's 175 telekinesis damage you could get. Fade Bolt damage down by 10%. Yeah, that one kind of sucks, but there was one time that he lifted Doom and threw him back, and Doom was able to blink after because he didn't take the damage. I don't know if it necessarily made a difference, but that was like one small case where it just a little confused. Maybe it deals damage to your ally when you throw him a shard or something, but I don't know. I'm confused. why he wouldn't go for one of the talents over stats.
Well, this is proving to be a later game for the side of Tundra, like we said earlier. Most of their games end around maybe the 30-minute mark or so. We are reaching minute 43. Again, they do have a Spectre. They've planned for going into the later game, but on the same side, Beast Coast, this is a team that does like to go late, generally.
That is true. It's a little chaotic, but that's what we like. And they're quite tanky. Chaos Knight with Cloak of Flames, a little bit more survivability against the generic damage coming out from the enemy squad. A little magic, a little pure, a little physical. Basher now finished for Spectre.
Oh, she got the ninja gear now.
That's actually quite good on Spectre. I like that a lot. Her movement speed can be a little bit inadequate typically, but having all this attack speed plus the Basher with the Eat and Nags just makes some space in the itemization. Although, once the Aegis runs out, he's missing an item unless one's coming. No.
I mean, he's working towards the Abyssal Blade, it looks, but...
It's fine. I mean, it's a little bit overkill, but he'll get to his next items. It'll be fine. He's going to change it up. No more Abyssal. Wants to go Refresher now. That does seem a lot better, actually. Because then he's going to get double Haunt, double Shadow Step. Can probably reset Dispersion, 2 Daggers, tons of mana, 2 BKBs, 2 Bashers. Bash, Refresh, Bash.
What's Nine doing over here? He's just...
It was probably a safety thing when he saw the CK, if I had to guess. Like,
I don't think so.
Well, it's like, what's a CK illusion doing way out here?
I don't think so. He just started bouncing off of some of the corners. I think he's just like, why not?
Well, I mean, once he was rolling, he might as well use it to bounce around a bit.
I guess, yeah.
Nothing weird with that. One smart thing that Tundra did was once they got Inkswell, they were like, all right, we're not fighting. Just farm. Compound our damage, or compound our gold advantage, and that's what they've done.
Yeah. All right, and it's gone now, so they don't have to worry about that stolen Inkswell anymore.
Unless he steals again.
I mean, yes, that is how that works.
It is.
But I'm sure they're hoping that he does not steal it again. Smoke over on the side of Beast Coast. It has just worn off. They just were trying to get some information, trying to push out of this area. And there's the nice thing about this Coddle, right, is the fact that they can really push these waves pretty quickly and gain ground again. Might be necessary for them to get a gem, though, at some point, because there's a lot of dewarding that needs to be done.
Yeah, Sox almost gets there to defend. He opted for an Arcane Blink this game. It's one of the few times I've ever seen somebody buy this item lately. But its main benefit is your debuffs last longer and your cast point goes down. These are both great for Doom. Mana cost reduction, obviously, too. Some Storms abuse it occasionally. But he's going to be able to cast Doom easier, cast Inferno Blade, cast Hoofs, War Stomp, all that stuff. So his gameplay of jumping in to initiate is going to be simpler here. It's a cool itemization. And he's got it with the Ceremonial Robe. So he's got 2 ways to amplify the duration that Doom lasts. It's very cool. Little Haunting.
A little boop on the nose here.
Yeah, he was attacking his sentries, so decided to force out, see if he can force a spell. The horsies are loud. Oh my god.
Dude, I wonder the amount of healing. Oh, okay, all right.
He's in the base?
No, he's forced to use the BKB to get out there.
I think he might have tried to flicker, but he had taken damage or something.
It's a pretty big opening, honestly, for the side of Beast Coast.
Yeah,
they don't want to go forward. Yeah,
that's true. The level's Wyvern, 19, not close.
Okay, the jump forward over onto Seasmouth. The Lincolns gets popped. They have the Doom. It's nice here. They'll roll around over onto the back lines. It's looking like a dead Chris Luck. That Haunt in, they'll end up losing Stinger. 9 rolling around in the background here. Hector trying to make some moves over onto Skeeter. But they just immediately roll on out. Autobots, a follow-up over onto 9. They try to drag him back, but he's got his own Lincoln, so they're not going to be able to quite grab him. Ended up forcing out some buybacks here on the side of Beast Coast. Tundra, they're going to take a moment. They're going to reset, and it looks like Skeeter, he's just going to teleport back there.
Ain't no thing. He's got his Shadow Step and his Haunt. Because he used Refresher Orb.
That's something I think I've never thought I'd hear you say.
Ain't no thing?
Ain't no thing?
I was like, Refresher Orb? BKB?
Yes, no, that is something I have heard you say.
Good catch, though. I mean, they jump in, they kill Chris Luck, force him to buy back. Huge net worth for Spectre that does not change much. He just keeps getting more and more gold, which means we are close to him getting Abyssal Blade. Well, he's just got buyback money now, actually. But either way, still quite effective in terms of his impact. There's a DD also. They could use that to force a fight.
They could indeed. Looks like almost everyone's got buyback at this point, other than Chris Luck, who just used that. And of course, don't have enough over on the Grimstroke. Snaking is it's not that poor. Got himself the Aeon Disc recipe in his backpack. Gonna complete that. Gonna be a little bit more difficult. Going for the step here. You're gonna immediately run away. See Smile, needing to be careful. Okay, that is a BKB.
Oh, Chris learned from his last lesson. I was actually really surprised how much damage Skeeter took in that fight.
Yeah.
He popped BKB, and I was like, oh, maybe that was unnecessary. And I'm like, oh god, he's at 25% HP. That's the one thing he has not spent that much money on is survivability items. No Scotty, no Heart, no Butterfly. He's basically about team fight and damage items. A little bit atypical for the hero, but hey, still quite effective.
Nine's got a Gleipnir coming out to him on the courier currently as they take down this Roche. This is going to go very quickly over to the side of Tundra. They're not going to be able to make it in time.
Ooh, they're almost there though.
They're trying, but Stinger getting spotted out like this. No, Skeeter gets the Aegis. Gleipnir coming into play here, coming out from 9. The BKBs are going to get used. That side coming in hot. They get the kill on Stinger, and they'll follow up over on Whisper. Whisper going to buy back immediately as Skeeter chasing now after Ector. Ector is taking so much damage. He has nobody to help him right now. Trying to run. Lincoln ends up getting popped. Stinger hiding over to the side, but they end up taking down K1. They're going in for more. They can grab themselves C-Smile. Whisper using Blinding Light. They're going to have more buybacks coming out. Gojira and K1 getting back into this fight. They want to punish them for diving too deep if possible, so they will be able to go and save Chris Luck. Skeeter now gets already popped. That BKB does have the refresher shard as Chris Luck jumps in again. Lotus will get pop socks over on the other side here, going after Ector. Ector, he's alone. He needs some help. It's a good hit here. It's being able to keep him alive thanks to Rubik, but he's still going to fall. So the hunt is on. Whisper getting chased around. It is absolute pandemonium coming out here, and they call GG.
Rough one there, but GG gets called, and yeah, Beast Coast gets crushed in 2 different fights, and I gotta say, Sox's stun duration in these engagements was incredible.